What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Skrilltown himself. Welcome to Skrilltown Talk. Tonight's guest is the lovely TV and radio personality, actress, author, Kimberly D. Worthy. Uh, she does a lot. She does, and I'm excited about tonight in our interview. We did have a little bit of technical difficulty, so bear with us. But in the meantime, I want to open up the video clip for the new video from Daffy Duck. Skrilltown MO presents Jere de Toi.
Je rêve de toi, encore une fois, rien que tes pas, juste pour moi. Je rêve de toi, encore une fois, rien que tes pas, juste pour moi. Pour toi, toi et moi, on s'envole là-bas, donne-moi. Encore une fois, je rêve de toi. Encore une fois, rien que c'est pas juste pour moi. Je rêve de toi.
All right. That was Jere de Toi by Daffy Duck. Like I said, Skrilltown MO presents. Very cool video. We're doing real well in the first week. It came out on Thanksgiving. Shout out to everybody in Paris that helped out on that video. Shout out to all the sponsors that helped Daffy make that happen. Check it out if you haven't had the chance. But yeah, we will be releasing the English version eventually. But right now, we're just going to marinate a little bit on that French version. So back to our interview. Hey, so what's going on, Kimberly? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk to your audience and, just chill and chat with you.
Yeah. Well, if you don't know about Kimberly, she's been doing big things for a very long time. Let me tell you a little bit about Kimberly. So, Kimberly D. Worthy is internationally recognized television personality, actress, author, and educator. She is widely known for her witty and entertaining banter with Harvey Levin on TMZ Live, where she commented on celebrity news, as well as her educational segments on EW Scripts network, The List. Kimberly has been seen on many national reality shows, including Bravo's The Real Housewives of Atlanta, GSN's Let's Ask America, and most notably, the Food Network's Worst Cooks in America and Worst Bakers in America. Kimberly has an online education business which consists of teaching thousands of creative writing, English, poetry, and English as a second language class to national and international adults and children worldwide. Kimberly is also HBCU early graduate from Savannah State University. She has a BA degree in mass communications and a minor in English language and literature. So she's been on the Food Network, Fox, TMZ, ABC, Africa Global Radio, BlackNews.com, NBC, CNN, Right On, and once again the list. So we have it, Kimberly D. Worthy.
Thank you. That was a mouthful. I was listening ooh, I'm kind of impressed with myself there.
I know, right? That's what I'm like, man. Look who we got on here. Who we really got on here.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, well, we appreciate the time that you have given us. We know that people like you, entertainers, are very, very busy. It's the holidays. We know that, so we really appreciate the time that you're going to give us tonight. So thank you. Thank you in advance.
You're welcome. I love to talk. I'm just trying to play it cool now, but I love to talk, okay?
Yeah, she said, I love to talk. Okay, so tell us, how'd you get started in the entertainment business and what made you want to be a full-time entertainer?
great question. So funny, I actually wanted to be a singer. Like all of
Mm,
this that you just read was not in my plans. My plans,
really?
no, it wasn't. I wanted to be in a girl group. I actually had a contract. I was signed to a production deal. I did a demo
Wow.
album, but as politics go, sometimes some people get shelved, and I was one of the ones who got shelved. But I
Mm,
didn't let that like steal my zest. But
right.
that experience connected me with a lot of people. So from becoming a singer, I became
Mm-hmm.
a songwriter. So I
Mm.
started writing on like different artists' albums. I wind up I'm signing with BMI for those in the industry like you
Yeah, yeah.
is. And from there, I was like, you know what? I don't want to just limit myself to writing songs. Like, I have so
Mm-hmm.
much into me. So
Right.
I wrote a poetry book for children, and it was educational, and it's called Poetry is Not Just Rhyming. That book really opened up the floodgates and really started my career. From writing that book, I started
Mm-hmm.
teaching from that book because, like I said, it's educational.
Right.
Then I wrote part two to that book. From the part two, I created a children's television show. And
Mm.
through luck, happenstance, God, everything,
Yeah.
Master P got involved in my history. So Master P endorsed my book. And from there, everything just started opening up. Let's Ask America, they called and asked me to do that show. From that show,
Mm-hmm.
I was like hilarious. TMZ, one of the executive producers, happened to be watching that show, called
Mm-hmm.
Let's Ask America, wanted to know who I was, and she
Mm.
contacted me, and that's how I got on TMZ. So everything just kind of like flowed from one thing, me trying to
Yeah.
be a singer. Did it happen? But that just wasn't my calling. And it's okay because if I would have become a singer, who knows where I would have been now. So I got
Absolutely.
started.
All right, so check it out. She said Master P endorsed her book. She said that she's been on these TV shows, so check her out.
Please.
Wow. Like I've looked at that about 4 or 5 times already, and I'm just in awe. I mean, like that is, I mean, you've done a lot so far. And, with something like that, like what have you learned dealing with entrepreneurs and celebrities and different networks, powerful networks, across the country? What have you learned thus far about the do's and don'ts of when you first break into the entertainment industry?
Good question. So I definitely learned you have to be fluid and flexible. You can't be so set in your own path or your own goals that if other opportunities come your way that you block them out. So sometimes we
Mm,
can be our own enemy and our own cheerleader. So I learned to go with the flow, still have a plan, but
mm-hmm.
don't be opposed to other ideas and other careers that might pop off where you're trying to reach your destination. And
Yeah.
also, you have to be able to interact with all types of people. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
people from all countries. I mean, it's good to be local and have your own local fan base, but if you want
Right.
to increase your revenue, your visibility, you have to be able to go in those meetings where you're the only one that looks like you and make people respect you and know
Mm-hmm.
that you deserve a seat at the table. Don't let anybody make you feel like that you don't. So you walk in
Mm.
that room with your head held high and know that I deserve to be here just as much as this person. So that's definitely advice I hope every entrepreneur listens to.
That's some valuable advice. With that being said, like what have been some of the challenges that you've had to face? You know, well, I know one was the fact that you got shelved, but after that, because I mean, honestly, when people say they get shelved, a lot of them don't bounce back. But it sounds like well, it don't sound like it looks like you bounced back, three times over. So with that being said, like what other challenges did you face, becoming an entertainer?
Well, not being born with a silver spoon in my mouth and not having any connections, that's really a challenge because, as you probably know, the entertainment business is big, but then it's small.
Yeah.
It's big because it exists everywhere, but it's small because it's only a few key players that kind of open up doors. And if you don't
Hmm.
know anyone that gets you to those players, it's kind of like, how do I even start? But my
Right.
thing is this: this is what I did. I tell this to everyone: volunteer, okay? Intern, get your face out there. That's what I did. I mean, when people would
Yeah.
ask for help, I will raise my hand. I don't care if I was passing out CDs because I started back in the CD era. I would be
Right.
on like the grassroots team passing out CDs. Hey, can you hear so and so so so? And I would come
Hmm.
early. I would stay late, and people would look at that. They'll recognize, wow, she's a hard worker. We're gonna give her
Yeah.
something else to do. So I went from grassrooting at radio stations to being on promotional teams, getting paid to be in the
Yeah.
marketing department, then being co-host. See, it all started at the bottom. So I'm not
Hmm.
afraid to get my hands dirty. And a lot of people, they may say, hey, I got a college degree, I got a master's, got a PhD. I'm too good to do that. In this industry,
Hmm.
you're not too good to do anything. Because when you're saying no, it's 10 other people behind you that would give their left leg to do it. So I
See,
definitely say,
that's
yeah,
what I'm talking about.
I am not too good to do any job that's put at me because I know in the back of my mind, this job is going to lead to something else. And when you work in those jobs, connect, look around, listen, because sometimes you may not be invited in the room, but if you listen to some names, you can use
Hmm.
those names later to help you out in different ways.
Yeah. And it's like you remember me. I was at the so and so.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's one of those type of situations because as long as you were kind of involved, they will respect that and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You were the one that yeah, So that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot
Right.
of sense. Right, right. So you've done a lot. You've wrote a book. You've done shows. What has kept you motivated for the most part? Uh, so far.
Looking at people like Oprah to me is like the pinnacle of success. I'm like
Hmm.
striving to get to there. So looking at her, knowing that she comes from the South, just like me, a black woman, in a male
Hmm.
dominated industry, and she
Hmm.
marked her territory and she continues to do that today. That
Yeah.
keeps me motivated. Seeing someone that looks like me, seeing someone like Michelle Obama in the White House, it's
Yeah.
like, wow, like these people are no different than you, than me. The only thing, they had an opportunity, they grabbed hold to it, they didn't let anything take them away from it, and they kept going. So that is what motivates me.
Right. Okay. And so with that, like who, and you don't have to name them, but like inspired you, taught you, mentored you, influenced you outside of Oprah to know that you have to grasp that opportunity? Because a lot of people, they don't get it. They don't understand. They think that one day Russell Simmons is going to walk in the room and say, "I like your song. You're signed to a $2 million, deal." Or like you said, Tyler Perry walk in the room and say, "Hey, I want to give you this show, blah, blah, blah." But like who have been the people that have inspired you, motivated you, and also mentored you to get you along the way to understand the do's and the don'ts and what you have to grasp onto?
Great question. So outside of my mom, who's my biggest cheerleader to this day, she instilled everything into me to keep going nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of her, I volunteer at an African American museum here in Atlanta called the Apex Museum. And the
Mm.
owner, his name is Mr. Moore, Mr. Dan Moore Sr. He took me under his wing, and he
Mm.
really is the one that instilled in me to publish the book because
Really?
yeah, I wasn't even thinking about publishing a book. He was like, you know what, Kimberly, you're so smart. You're good at
Mhm.
poetry. You have everything it takes. And he told me you need to do that. So from his encouragement, combined
Mhm.
with my mom, combined with being self-motivated, because as an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter who's around you. If you're not self-motivated, it's kind of like useless having those people. So
Right.
combined with all of that, that is what motivated me to even get started and to continue. Because along the way, you won't have people every step of the way. You
Right. Right. Right.
more at the beginning of my career, but now it's just me. So some
Mhm.
days I get up and you're not motivated every day. I mean, let's be real. Some days
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do but I just have to sit back and think, okay, so if I do nothing today, will that help me get closer to where I want to get to? Or will it make me go like a little backwards? Because again, I always know it's 10 other women right behind me that will
Yep.
get my spot. So I'm like, no, I can't sleep on the job. And so being an entrepreneur, it's a 24-hour, 7-day a week job. You work on
Mhm.
holidays. I'll work on Thanksgiving. I'll work on Christmas. I mean, you may carve out some time for your family because that's very important. But
Right.
until you make it to the destination of where you want to make it to, you have to keep going. And I do tell people this too. You don't want to chase money and dollars. Now, it's important to have money, but
Mhm.
think about this. What's the last number in the world? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's the biggest number. And
Right.
it doesn't end. So if you're chasing dollars and numbers, you're always chasing something because there's no end. So you
Yep.
have to have an end game. Like my end game is when I'm able to not only secure my bag, but the
Mhm.
people that's closest to me, they shouldn't have to struggle either. So when I'm at that point where I'm good, you're
Mhm.
good, maybe two generations behind me is good, I can
Then
say
I'm good. Yeah. Then it's like, yeah, you've done. You've succeeded.
I've succeeded. I'm not
Mhm.
trying to get all the money in the world. For what? To have all the money in bad health because I didn't take
Right.
care of myself? So no, so you definitely have to have an end game, an end goal. What will it take to satisfy you to the point where you felt like my life was worth something? I left a legacy.
Wow, that's man. Those words, man. I'm telling you, you throwing out so many gems right now. So going into 2022, what's in store for Kimberly D. Worthy?
Well, I am working on a couple of movies. I actually filmed something on December 1st, which is the day after tomorrow. So I film. I'm a big
Hmm.
budget film. I don't know if I can say the name, but yeah.
Right. Hmm.
I have a cookbook that I don't know when it's coming out, but I do want to talk about the cookbook. So
Yeah. Tell us about that.
I'm a part of a celebrity cookbook with people like Jay Leno, Dr. Oz is in this book, so many people.
Wow.
So it was supposed to come out this year, but Larry King, he passed away. And oh my God, I don't remember her name, but she's a Supreme, one of the Supreme.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah. Uh
Yes,
huh.
can't remember her name off the bat, but she passed away too. So the
Hmm.
publisher, they rescinded the book or whatnot to do like dedication pages to those two people. So I don't
Hmm.
know when it's gonna come out, but it is called Empty Vessel, A Flavor for All. You can Google that and you'll see me in there. So I have my
Really.
recipes. Yes. You see my name and I
Hmm.
think I'm next to Vanessa Williams, the one with the blue eyes.
Wow.
She's in the book. So I'm excited about that. Like I don't know when it's coming out, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gonna
And
come eventually.
so how did like an opportunity like that? How does that come about? Like I know you were on the and this is gonna be a joke. You were on the worst cooks of America. How do you get in the cookbook?
Because I was a worst cook. I'm not that bad anymore. I was mentored by a
Ah.
celebrity chef, so I'm pretty okay. I'm not gonna always put me down.
Right, right, right.
I can do that. But I had at that point in time, I had a manager. So another thing I want to kind of piggyback on what I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
As you proceed in your career, you do want to get managers and agents. You don't need one when you start off because a manager has to have something to manage, and an agent
Right.
only gets paid when you get paid. So if somebody asks me for money up front, they're scam artists because they get paid when you get paid. But anyway,
See?
so
Mm-hmm.
but that's
Mm-hmm.
how that came about. When I was on a Food Network, so many people were reaching out to me, and so I sat with a management company, and she was able to work out that deal for me.
Mm. So are you still with the manager, and are you managing yourself?
Well, no, I moved on to someone else.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, and it's very important. I try to tell people, a long time ago, because I manage, but it's like you gotta figure out what's more important at the time. If you don't have a big budget and you're really not doing much or making a lot of noise, you might just want to focus on how you can make some noise first. And it's very so okay. And this wasn't one of my questions, but this is probably the best question I could ask you to relate to our viewers. How important is it to educate yourself, um, with all the evolving in entertainment? How important is that?
It's the most important thing. Do not rely on anyone. I don't care if you have a manager, agent. You need to understand what that contract says. Okay, you
Hmm.
might not be the best contract reader, but you need to at least understand. You need to be managing your manager, making sure
Hmm.
that they are working in your best interest. All this stuff is important, and it falls on you. Taxes, all that, because we don't get
Yeah.
401ks. We don't have a retirement plan. You have
Hmm.
to be responsible for that. You can't say I didn't know that my manager or agent was not paying taxes. No, it still falls on you. When the IRS
Yeah.
come knocking, they're gonna come knocking on your door, not your manager's door. So it is
Hmm.
important in the music industry. There's so many books out there. When I was like really big on trying to make it, I read I think Donald Passman's book. He's a lawyer. Everything he needs to know about the music industry. Like it's so many books.
Yeah.
What's the guy name? Oh my goodness, can't think of his name. He's a rapper. Oh my gosh.
You- who was he with?
He's with Kilo Ali. Raheem the Dream.
Ah,
Raheem
yeah,
the
Raheem.
Dream
Yeah.
has a book. He's from Atlanta. He has a book. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I have that book. Because I'm not like really big into
It's like,
music.
don't quote me, but you know about the book.
But he has a book. Okay. You
Hmm.
need to find his book, Donna Passman book. It's so many books out there. It's so much research. Again, when I was like trying to make it in the music industry, it was no Instagram. It was no
Yeah.
TikTok. Facebook was only for college students. You were just talking to people at different colleges. It wasn't like this. So I didn't
Hmm.
have all the information that you have. I went to
Yeah.
library. I was researching that way. But now
Yeah.
sit at home and do that. So it's really no excuse to be ignorant. Ignorant is a choice now. It is not forced upon you. It's something that you choose. If
Yep.
that's
All you
if
gotta do is pick it up. Like you said, I mean, at the end of the day, for somebody not to be educating themselves and wanting to actually succeed in any of this entertainment, music, or whatever, they foolish. You gotta educate yourself.
look at all this. This is free. This is a free resource I'm
Free
giving you.
game.
So
Yeah, free.
it's not no reason for anyone to say no one ever taught me anything or I have no way to find out. Yes, you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, what would you say for some new, aspiring TV personality, radio personality, somebody that really wants to get in the thick of things, like without giving them the blueprint, where would they start?
I actually, now this right here is just my thing. I say you need to start with like doing Toastmasters. You need to start with acting classes because you
Mm,
know how to improv because sometimes that teleprompter will go out on you, okay? And if you're relying on that teleprompter to tell you everything what to say, like you're a
hmm.
robot, they don't hire robots. They're hiring you because you are a human. So
Yeah.
you have to know what your story is about to be able to just talk off the dome. You have to know how to
Right.
do this. Like these are different skill sets. So while you're trying to reach a TMZ level,
Hmm.
get your skill sets together. So when they do call you, you have that. Hey, I went to Toastmasters. I graduated. I'm a great speaker. Um,
Hmm.
I do improv. So you don't have to give me a script. I can just go at the dome, top of my head. Take
Hmm.
acting classes. Acting classes really makes you comfortable speaking in front of a crowd because you may
Mm.
think you're comfortable, but when all those lights hit you and those people are staring right at you, that tells you can you
Yeah.
handle can you handle the pressure. So things like that can get you ready while you still trying to make it to the pinnacle of what you call success.
Wow. So this will be my last question on this. Out of all these endeavors that you've had so far, getting into them, which one was you most nervous about?
I'm gonna have to say meeting Master P because he was my childhood crush child. Let me just tell you.
Yeah.
Yes, he was all in my locker. No limit, Silk the Shocker, C Murder, all of them.
Yeah, if you down south, you got to know about No Limit. Yeah.
Right. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. So being
Hmm.
professional,
Right.
hold it together before I let it all loose. So
Right.
that was my fangirl moments.
Right. That's what's up. That okay, so for our viewers, listeners, where can they find you at on social media?
It's so easy. You see that name, Kimberly D. Worthy, right there? That is my name on both my Facebook pages. It's my Twitter name, my Instagram name, my email is info@KimberlyDWorthy, and my website is KimberlyDWorthy.com. So if you can just Google Kimberly D. Worthy, all those will come up.
That's what's up. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. And last but not least, any words of wisdom to give to the viewers?
Don't give up. Please don't. And I'm not saying that as a cliche. And also, you can't share your dreams with everyone. When
Oh
you
my God. That was it.
You see this right here. This is my little binder that I keep with me. So sometimes I have those thoughts that I want to tell somebody, but I'm like, oh, they gonna hate. I don't know. I just write it on down right here. Pray to God, and that's it. So sometimes, in this industry, you need to keep your mouth shut, keep your friends really close. I have the same friends for 24, 25 years ago. I don't
Wow.
select new people easily into my inner circle. I mean, I can associate with anyone, but into my
Hmm.
inner circle, oh no. So you have to learn to be able to walk alone sometimes and be your own cheerleader and be okay with that.
Trust goes a long way, and you can't trust everybody. So, I mean,
Mhm.
she just hit it on the nose, y'all. Well, yeah, Kimberly, we really truly appreciate the time that you've given us. We know you're busy. I'm a big fan. I'm even a bigger fan now that I respect what you do. I respect your craft. I'll be looking out for you. I hope we can stay in touch. But we just want to thank you for the opportunity tonight.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure. I had so much fun.
Yeah, and we appreciate all the game. For all the viewers, I hope you were writing things down. Everything she said was like spot on, and you taking it from somebody that has succeeded in what they've doing. I mean, what they've done and what they are doing. So check her out. Check her out on all social media platforms. Check her show out. Check her out on the radio. Get the book, all of that. And once again, like I said, tune in next week. We'll be doing it again. Um, but until next time, I want to thank Kimberly once again. And we are out. Peace, love, and happiness.